But the liver has one other very, very, very important job. Can anybody tell me what this is? One of the most important jobs of the liver. So what do you think that is? Clearing toxins. Yes, Musa, you've got it. Getting rid of all of our toxins. So the liver is our main detox system, right? So all the toxins that you get in, your liver's job is to break them down, flush them out through sweating, urination, excretion, and through breathing. So that is how we eliminate all these toxins. But it's your liver's job to produce all the chemicals necessary and to actually do the process of breaking down these toxins to be able to flush them out of the system. Okay. So very, very easy. I'd like you guys to tell me it. I know it's still the beginning of the year. We maybe had a lovely December. We maybe had a nice vacation. Where do you think you could be getting some of these toxins in from? Where would you be getting some of these toxins in from? You tell me and I'm going to write them up on the board here. So put it out in the chat box over there. You can turn yourself off mute if you want to shout out the answer. Food, absolutely. Food, major one. Preservatives, additives, colorants, flavorings, trans fats, processed foods, absolutely. Smoke, absolutely, right through the lungs. Getting them in. And you don't only have to smoke a cigarette, right? You can even just be a passive smoker. You can just go outside and breathe in the fumes, the chemicals in the air. Absolutely. Where else? Where else could you be getting some of these toxins in from? What about air? Okay, beautiful. Air, we spoke about. Toxic people, absolutely. Toxic people. How many of you are married or have ever been married? Put your hands up. Have a child, have a job, have a work environment, right? Stress. Major cortisol levels in our body contributing to that, to the toxins in us. Water, absolutely. Taking out all the basic ones, right? Water, no food, no air. Just stop breathing, stop eating. Stress, blood transfer, absolutely. What about this? How powerful do you think your skin is at absorbing? Do you think you could maybe absorb toxins in through the skin? What about that? You ever seen a nicotine patch? Hormonal replacement therapy. You get a patch, you place it on your thigh to replace your hormones, right? So do you think then things could be absorbed through the skin? What about your underarm deodorants, your facial products, your hair products, right? Makeup, skin. So guys, this is just it's very, very small. There's one that we also didn't discuss. Very, very important. Medications. Have any of you taken any form of medication, prescribed or unprescribed? Painkiller, headache tablet, blood pressures, cholesterol. Do you think there could be some chemicals, unnatural chemicals or toxins that our bodies weren't actually designed to take in your medications that you're taking? Do you think that's a yes or a no? Absolutely, yes, Fatma, yes, Esan was a yes, absolutely, Aman. So, guys, this is a tiny list. I'm not going to speak about this for the whole day. I know you got lunch after this, most of you not going to want to eat after this. So let's keep that one a little bit shorter. But all I'm trying to show you guys is the amount of toxins coming into your body every single day, right? Every single day we have a massive amount of toxins coming in. And the main organ to deal with that is our liver, right? This bad boy over there, the liver. So the liver's job is to take all of these toxins, break it down, and filter it out to flush it out of our system. But we said that the liver's job is also to break down our fat. The liver is also responsible for your testosterone, your estrogen, your hormones, managing your sleep cycle, your progesterone. So the liver has quite a lot of work, even controlling your immune system, your health, your digestive system. Right, so the liver's got a lot of things that it has to do every single day. But the problem is that every single day we taking in. So I like to use the analogy of a fish tank. Imagine you've got this fish tank. Now the liver is the filter system of your fish tank. That's actually what's keeping that fish tank clean. Now, every day you've got junk coming into your fish tank. Maybe you're throwing some chips, a little bit of Coca-Cola, a glass of wine here and there, whatever it may be that you're taking into that fish tank. Now, that liver is the one that's responsible for breaking down all these toxins, keeping that fish tank clear. But what happens over a few years, maybe 10 years or 15 years or 20 years of throwing too many toxins into that system, into that fish tank? What do you think is going to start happening to that fish tank? What do you think is going to happen to that filter? Do you think that filter is just going to be pumping? Or do you think maybe that over 10, 15, 20 years, that filter might start getting a little bit clogged and working a little bit slower? What do you think? What's going to happen to that filter, that process speed of the filter? Do you think it's going to increase or it's going to decrease? Slower filtration, improper filtration, damage or clog some and process will be affected. Yes, slow, beautiful. Yes, Fatma, yes, Lola. Perfect. So what starts happening is we taking all these toxins in, we're not giving the body enough time to process and digest it and to flush it out. Most people aren't drinking enough water, so they're not urinating efficiently. Most people are not breathing deeply, right? We get stressed, we get worked up, we're not breathing enough, right? Touchy subject, no one likes to talk about it. I'll be that person, right? Little baby is eating every 3 or 4 hours. How many nappies? Khaled, you've just had a baby. How many nappies?
Well, every 3 hours.
Every 3, way too many, right? Because whatever comes in goes back out, right? It comes in, goes out, goes in, goes out, right? Like clockwork. Why? Because the baby's metabolism is good, digestive system is working to break down all the food. But when we're eating a lot of processed foods, a lot of preservatives, additives, do you think a preservative's job is to make a food last longer, right? That's the whole job of a preservative, is to make it last longer. So processed food, preservatives, additives, do you think our job of digestion becomes easier or harder to break down the food? Easier or harder? Much harder, right? Yes, absolutely, my God. Much harder, Lola. So now something that should take an hour or 2 hours to digest starts taking 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Some of the preservatives stay in our body for years and years. So now our metabolism is slower. Our filter starts getting clogged. We're not flushing out. We're not detoxing naturally the way that we should, right? We're not getting rid of all these toxins. Well, where are they going? Right. They're storing up, they're staying within us. Right. So now metabolism starts dropping slower. Digestive system isn't working as fast or efficient as it should be. What do you think is now going to happen to our fat burning process if our liver is clogged up and overloaded? Do you think our fat burning process is going to get easier or harder? Harder, absolutely. So now the body's not burning the fat, it's not breaking down. By the way, tell me something, what is fat? Fat has a few major purposes, but what is the main purpose of fat? What is body fat? What is body fat? What is the whole purpose of body fat? Stored, absolutely, yes, beautiful, in case there's no food. So back in the caveman days, when we didn't have talabat, when we didn't have food that was very easy and convenient, our fridges stockpiled, you know, there were some times that we had to go hours and hours and hours without actually eating any food. So our fat is actually stored energy. Raise your hands if you've got excess body fat. Put your hands up nice and high. Give me a thumbs up in the chat box. Right? So guys, that just means you've got a whole lot of stored energy, right? You've just got lots of energy, you're storing it up for later, right? So next time you think you've got excess body fat, just think you've got lots of energy. Doesn't really work that way. So we have this stored energy, right? We've got this excess energy, the stored up energy. We're not able to break down food as efficiently as we're supposed to. What do you think is actually happening to our energy levels if we can't actually access our stored energy because we've got a blockage, metabolism isn't able to break down that fat? What do you think is happening to our energy levels? Increasing or decreasing? Energy going up or energy going down if you can't access that energy efficiently? Decreasing, right? So the energy is dropping lower, lower, lower. Absolutely, it's going down. So now, all of a sudden, we start craving energy. We start feeling a little bit more sleepy, a little bit more tired. What is the quickest form of energy? Does anybody know? What is the quickest, most simple form of energy that you can instantly get? Put it in the chat box. Who knows that answer? The quickest form of energy. Sugar. Yes, absolutely. We all know it's sugar, the quickest form of energy. So now the body's craving energy. So craving sugar. Who gets in those little chocolate cravings, cookie cravings, ice cream cravings? Who gets it? Say I. Put in the chat box, me. Yeah, ice cream, chocolate, cookies, or carbs, pasta, pizza. Oh, yes. So now we start craving all these forms of energy. Beautiful. Yeah. So now the body's not getting its natural form of energy. We start craving all these sugar, high carb foods, anything that's going to give us that energy boost. And then we're taking in more sugar, which contributes to the toxins. Body's not burning the fat, body's not breaking down the food, and the issues with hidden sugar, absolutely. So now we're taking in all this bad stuff. Now your muscles are not even getting the energy that you're actually taking in, because the process of metabolism, the liver, the filter system is clogged up, it's not working. It's not running efficiently, so we're not even absorbing the energy to the muscles. Less muscle mass equals slow metabolism. I always like to say the muscles are like the powerhouses of the body, right? So the muscles, the bigger your muscles, the more energy you need to run your body. I like to use the terminology, your muscles are like little monsters. So these little monsters are living in your body. So imagine your muscles are like monsters. These monsters need constant food just to stay alive. And where they will get the food is either from your fats, your sources of body fat, or the food that you're eating. Right? If you've got fat, fat doesn't need energy to survive, right? Fat just stays there. Muscles need energy, they need constant food. So these little monsters, your muscles, they are constantly breaking down your fat or the food that you're eating just to stay alive. So the more muscle mass equals the more fat or food that is broken down to sustain them. Okay. So now this process gets flipped upside down. Metabolism is not running as fast or efficiently as it should be. We're not getting the energy from the food that we're eating. We start putting on the weight. We start gaining fat. We start storing up more energy for later. Lose a little bit of weight, trying to increase their energy. Two things we start. You guys tell me, what are the first two things you start with when you're on this weight loss or this health kick? What are those first two things? Put them up in the chat box that you start with. Exercise more, absolutely. Food prep and cardio, salad, beautiful. Yes, absolutely. So a lot of people will come straight to this system. and they will work the muscles, they will exercise a little bit harder, they will eat a little bit healthier, they will manage their calories, manage their protein intake, increase protein. But the problem is that if your metabolism isn't working, even if you're exercising harder, but your body's systems are not working to break down the fat, it becomes very difficult to actually lose the fat from the areas we're trying to lose it from. Okay, well, what about eating healthier? Okay, so let's have a look at healthier nutrition. We're going to add a little bit more protein, right? Because protein, we know, helps with the muscles. So we're going to add a little bit more protein into the diet. We're going to add a little bit more fruits, a little bit more vegetables, a little bit more salads. And we're going to add this into this big old mess here. We're going to go diet for a month or for 2 months, and maybe we'll start seeing a little bit of changes. And then we're going to start getting really irritated with our personal trainer because we're not getting the results that we're really after. And that's for one very specific reason. Let's go back to our fish tank. So you've got a fish tank, it's 50, 60, 70 liters, whatever your body weight is, that's how big your fish tank is. Now your main filter for that fish tank is clogged. You've been throwing chips or pizza, cool drinks, whatever into that fish tank. By the way, the body is predominantly made up of what? What is the main makeup of our entire body? Water, absolutely, and water, beautiful. So our body is predominantly made up of water, right? So we take this fish tank, we've got all this junk, all this gunk, this filter is clogged, and every day I'm going to take 1 glass of clean water, or 1 jug of clean water, and I'm going to throw it into that fish tank. Every day I'm going to throw clean water into that fish tank, but my filter's clogged, the water's dirty. What's going to happen? What's going to happen to my fish tank? Just carry on pouring clean water into that clogged up, dirty water. Do you think it's going to fix the filter? Do you think that filter, too much water overflow? It may get cleaner over time. I love that optimism. Yeah, just keep doing it over a few months. You might get somewhere. Filter works better. Okay, yeah, maybe if you carry on putting that clean water, the filter does start working better. But what do you think? Because we're quite efficient human beings, right? We're living in modern society. We like to be a little bit more efficient. What do you think if we had to just take that filter, clean out the filter, drain all the dirty water? So we drain all that dirty water from the fish tank. We flush the filter, we clean the water, and then we put type our eye in that chat box. Who do you think, how many of you think that's going to work better? Yes, Amina, you're with me. Beautiful. No sugaries for me. Yeah, you guys are going to hate lunch after this. You're going to be thinking of me throughout your whole lunch. Yes, Metak. Yes, Ima. Beautiful. Naila. Okay, so should we see how to do this, or should we just stop here and go for lunch? Yeah, what do you guys think? We want to break for lunch, or we want to solve this problem? No. Okay, perfect. So first step, we need to, no appetite now, even me. First step, we need to flush out all the dirty water. How do we do that? Through detoxification, right? Our body naturally does that already. Our body already naturally detoxes. But a lot of us have a slower metabolism, so it's not detoxing as fast or efficiently as it should be. So which systems do we need to fix? We need to fix our sweat, our lymphatic system. We need to fix our digestive system, our colon, our gallbladder. And we need to fix our breathing, so making sure that we're flushing out those toxins through breath, and urination, so making sure we're eliminating enough through urination. So how do we do that? We drink more water. You can add things like lemon and cranberry into your diet to help your lymphatic system, to help your kidneys flush out the water. The other thing that we can do is increasing our digestion. We eat more fruits, we eat more vegetables, having a healthier diet. You can also add natural fibers like your psyllium husk, your flax seeds, different fibers into your diet to increase that fiber intake so that you will be going to the toilet more regularly. You can add more fiber like adding bran, adding wheat, having whole grains, having whole wheats. Absolutely, cinnamon powder, also a healthier one. And then our lymphatic system. So lymphatic system, making sure you're sweating enough. So making sure you're doing enough cardio kind of exercises, making sure that your lymphatic system is stimulated. You can do things like an Epsom salt bath, bathing in salts. You can do things like saunas, steam rooms to help sweat more, flushing out as many toxins. And by the way, but detox is not something that you live permanently by. Detox is something that you do every couple of months, every couple of years when your body needs it. It's the exact same like your car. Every day you drive your car, so you move your body, you do exercise. Every day you're putting fuel into your car. You're eating, right? The better the nutrients, the better the fuel, the better your car is going to run. Every couple of years, what do we do for our cars to make sure that they run efficiently, to make sure that the filter systems stay clean, that the oil doesn't get dirty? Every couple of years, we take our car for a service. Exact same like detox is for the body. It's like taking your car for a service. Every year, every 2 years, whenever you feel like you need it, you put your body through a nice 4 to 12 with your body. So we treat our bodies with the same kind of respect that we would with our cars, right? So we flush out through that sweat, the urination, the excretion. I don't sweat at all. What could be the reason? Okay, so perfectly. Before we go on, I'll answer that question because that has to do with this. I don't sweat at all. You'll see a lot of clients or a lot of people don't actually sweat, and that's because their lymphatic systems will be clogged up. So if you know your lymphatic system, does anyone know what the lymphatic system main job is? It's basically to flush out toxins. So our lymph systems, they will store all the toxins because that's where you actually sweat them out. If you go through a period of time where you're not sweating, you may store up the toxins, or you may have lymph nodes in your actual lymphatic system that would help with less. So if you either have to flush your lymphatic system, there's different things that you can take to help, like natural diuretics. There's your juniper, you get things like your dandelion roots, or you can just find anything that's like a natural diuretic. Remember, we always want to go for natural alternatives, natural options. You get natural plants, natural seeds that you can take to flush out your lymphatic system. Epsom salt baths also works great for flushing out the lymphatic system. So you need to be doing a 2 or 3 day detox, only having juice. I would say that's not the correct approach. Remember, detox is a very broad term. There's many different ways to do a detox. You could do like a 1 day juice detox, and that would be okay to kind of give your system a break. But I would say going a very long time without real food is not really sustainable. It's not maintainable. It's not full. If you've ever tried to do a 2 or 3 day juice detox. And right, we want to get some form of protein. We want to actually get that digestive system also work, rather than trying to do it, because you need to be doing this for 4 to 12 weeks. Rather just take in lots of alkaline stuff. Sauna, steam room on a regular basis, detox bath on a regular basis, so that's the Epsom salt bath. So just do a lot of things that are going to make you sweat, urinate, excrete, balanced diet, and just doing all the detox elements with that. There's also detox supplements that you can take. I would not recommend that personally, but some people do enjoy it. Up to you if you're able to do it. Start with a 1 day, see if you're able to go through the urination, the excretion. We add in lots of, so we're adding a lot of alkaline things into the body. You can get like a natural liver cleanse supplement as well. So we're flushing out everything from the liver. My absolute favorite supplement for the liver would be your seaweeds and your algae. Seaweeds and algae, which are natural from the ocean, they help to flush everything out. as well. So seaweeds, algae, your kelps, chlorella, spirulina, all of those ones. Okay, so we flush out all the toxins from the liver. We add in all the healthy nutrients back into the system. What do you think starts happening to the metabolism? If we start flushing it out, we clean out all the water, we flush the liver, we flush the filter, we drain all that dirty water, and then we're putting in clean water again. What happens to the liver? What happens to the metabolism? Increase or decrease? Metabolism will increase, absolutely. So metabolism goes up, metabolic. Metabolism will increase, absolutely. So metabolism goes up, metabolic rate goes up, which means now fat burning does what? Which means now our body is able to burn its fat as the source of energy. Energy levels go up, sugar cravings go down from the food that you're eating. And then we have a healthy is your detoxification, getting the body systems working. You look at healthy nutrition, eating the right foods in the right quantities, and finally we look at the exercise, making sure we're doing the right exercises to make sure we're sweating, and also building up enough muscle to maintain that metabolism. Okay, so but you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook and shout out if you have any questions. You can also reach out to IFA. Maybe we can run a course for you to understand a lot more in detail. We do only have 2 minutes left. We've tried to answer a lot of questions. Was that valuable? And also just shout out if you've got any questions. We have literally 2 minutes left, and you guys were amazing.